Welcome. Today we're here to talk about push-ups. Now, push-ups or press-ups are a really cool, really impressive movement. Not only are they impressive from a strength point of view, but you can also take a push-up with you anywhere you go. It's the perfect exercise to do just in a hotel room, on the beach, when you have minimal space and minimal equipment. You literally don't need anything and you can perform them in pretty much any outfit. So today I want to show you all the different variations and options that you have access to for push-ups or the push-up movement. So depending on where you're at strength-wise, ability-wise, motivation-wise, feeling-wise, strength-wise, you might want to pick one of these variations rather than the strict full movement of a press-up. Before you do any form of push-up, no matter what variation it is, I want you to always make sure that your wrists are warm. So interlace those fingers, give those wrists a little bit of love before you get going. Okay, circles with the hands clasped together, stretching with one hand facing down, one hand facing up, and taking that round. Remember to do both sides. Okay, so we're going to start off with a wide knee Pilates press. So my knees are underneath my hips and my hands come down onto the floor. I'm going to take them wide meaning a little bit wider than my mat, but they're still in line with my shoulders. So I'm still pretty much in a hover position, okay? My hands are just wider than usual. The trick here is to keep the weight going forward. I'm going to keep the core nice and tight, and I'm going to drop the chest towards the floor and come back up. Now, a good way to know whether you have shifted the weight incorrectly or not is when you're looking down at the floor. If you can imagine where my nose is going to touch the floor, make sure that that spot doesn't move, okay? You want to take your nose down to the floor and back up in a straight line. Let's go for one more in the wide knee press, all the way down and all the way up. Rest it out. Next, you're going to bring it into a slightly narrower knee press. Same principle, okay? Be careful not to shift the weight back in the middle of the press. This is going to load the shoulders at a funny angle and not help you with developing that strength. So now my hands are narrower underneath my shoulders in a more normal position. I've also moved my knees slightly closer together. It's just a little bit more comfortable. From here, I'm going to look over my fingers and I'm going to locate where my nose is going to drop. Once that's happened, I'm going to take my nose straight down and back up. Okay, again, that nose is dropping straight down to the floor and straight back up. Let's go for one more. Straight down, straight up, and rest. Very good. We then go into a full pose press up. Now, we're going to practice using the knees on the way down and on the way up, and then progress it from there. Firstly, you want to find your full plank position, which is the position we've been in with the legs extended behind us. So the hands are going to come down underneath the shoulders. Feel free to go slightly wider, but not as wide as the wide press. One leg steps back, the other leg steps back, and this is our full plank position. Now, we're going to begin the press by bending the elbows. Once you've got a decent amount of bend through the elbows, lower the knees to the floor. Then continue to drop the nose. You then come back up, you then lift the knees and finish up the press. So we've got just the elbows, knees come in for support, movement continues, movement comes up, knees join us and press. One more time, elbows, knees, chest down, chest up, knees lift. Finish the press and relax. Taking a breather, relaxing through those wrists. Now, our next option is what we've just done, but cutting out the knees on the way down and only using them on the way up. So instead of it being a push up, you're doing a press down and an assist up, okay? Personally, this is my favorite version of push-ups to do because it's where I feel I'm the most in control. I'm still not quite there with the full movement, and that's totally okay. So, hands are coming down, finding that full plank position. Okay, now, I know I'm going to the floor. I know I'm gonna have support once I get there. All I need to do is control the way down. So I'm gonna keep the core lifted, I'm gonna keep pressure into those hands, soften the elbows, nose is going down. I know I'm gonna reach the floor. I'm then gonna press my knees into the floor, lift my chest, and up. Keep the body as activated as possible to the floor. Knees then find the floor. Chest lifts and up. One more time. Here we go. Lowering down. Knees, lift the chest, back into that full position. Always come back into this full position to remind yourself what you're aiming for, and coming down. Of course, your final step will be all the way down and all the way up without the use of your knees. But remember that everything is going to work: your arms, your core, your trunk, your legs. So it doesn't matter what version you're doing, as long as you are adding them into your routine and making sure that you are conditioning your body to be safe and supportive.